As books and illustrations have always been my biggest passion, I decided to create an interactive book for children which takes them through a short journey through space. To bring this idea to life, I learned how to work in P5.js, which is a JavaScript library similar to processing, great for creating graphic and interactive experiences. I started by researching the most important aspects of P5.js, and then I made some sketches to illustrate and clarify the concept. In this video, I show some of the most important things I've learned in the making process of the interactive book. I created the first sketch which was meant to be the cover of the book. The idea was inspired by the homepage of the P5.js website, and the main goal was to learn how to import and interact with images. I overlaid 3 different images, and based on the mouse X position, they changed their position on the X-axis of the canvas. In the second sketch, I learned how to use text and how to change its attributes. The original font P5.js works with is quite boring, but you are able to load another one. To import a new font, you need to use the preload function and create a variable to which you assign the value of the font you want to load. To make the page look nicer, I created an array which draws 60 stars. Moreover, every time you run the code, a shooting star appears on the screen. I defined the shooting star by making a shooting star object with a random X and Y position in the upper part of the canvas. Using this function, every time the shooting star is drawn, it shrinks, increasing its width and moving across the X-axis of the canvas. The third page is about the moon. Using the mouse pressed function, users create craters on the surface of the ellipse. I created a variable to calculate the distance from the center of the moon. I added these 2 variables which determine how big the craters will be according to the moon radius, the distance from the center, and the stroke. This way, the craters will never be drawn outside the radius of the ellipse. In Plus, using the function keyPressed, I made it possible to erase the craters with the spacebar and have a clear canvas to create more craters. In this sketch about Mars, I learned how to use the noise function. In my code, I use it to create these waves and also to create a smooth transition between random shades of red for the ellipse. I tried to implement sounds as well. Based on the mouse X, the frequency of the sound changes, while based on the mouse Y, we change the amplitude, resulting in an effect which suits the general theme of the book. In this sketch, I learned how to use 3D objects, including how to add textures and light. Using the translate function, I was able to set a position for each of my planets, while the rotate function is responsible for making them spin. These 2 functions work only if you activate them with a push function and then add function pop to finish. My initial idea was to add some text about each of the planets. What I did was to create another 3D object which has an image with the text as a texture. Using keyPressed, you can change between 3 different text textures, each one belonging to one of the 3 planets. The final sketch is a representation of the solar system. I created a function called drawing, which creates a line from a mouse click to another mouse click. Begin shape with line strip, connect the vertices. The lines are then stored in an array. After I finished all the sketches, I put the book together using HTML and CSS. From the P5.js web editor, it's very easy to embed the sketches in an HTML file. Thanks to a transparent button, you can navigate from one to another. I finished by adding some transitions between the pages using animate.css.